Hello everyone, my name's Cadens, and welcome back to more The 100 Line and Last Defense Academy. I think that's what this game's called now. Why can I not remember the game I'm playing? Name of the game I'm playing. Anyways, last time we dealt with our first enemy commander, started learning more about the academy life, and yeah. Still looking for Sire, so what are we sitting around for? Let's go looking. Or maybe we're just kind of accepting the fact that he's probably just gone now. Oh, hey, Shoma.
Maybe this is a dumb question, but do you think there are any animals around here? If there are, I hope we're not frightening them or destroying their habitats too badly.
You know, I never really thought about that. The only living things I've seen since we got here are the invaders. So Shoma, if you're concerned about stuff like that, you must really like animals, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I enjoy spending time with them and learning more about them and stuff.
That's cool. I like animals too.
Really? You're a fellow animal lover, Takumi? Oh no, that means you have something in common with me. I'm so sorry. Don't worry, I'll keep this a secret. The last thing you need is to find yourself being lumped in with a creepy little flatworm like me. Quick, you better leave before anyone sees us together. I'll disappear into the background too. I'm good at that.
Here I thought I'd found something that would make him open up and relax a little. His inferiority complex is even worse than I thought. Well, let's just move out.
Another day, another delicious meal.
How can you get a time like this?
What bedtime is there? Now that Sire's gone, we can enjoy any food we want, anytime we want. This taco rice set meal is simply delectable. I've never eaten the rice this fluffy before.
That's the part you're enjoying?
It's even better if you put whipped cream on top. It really gives the dish an extra layer of sweetness. Does taco rice need to be sweet?
Our conversation was interrupted by Hiroko clearing her throat, just slow enough to demand our attention. My apologies for spoiling your fun, but could you listen to me for a moment? I have an important announcement to make. Oh boy, what do you want? What was it you wanted to tell us, Hiroko?
Oh.
It's about our future plans. I'm assuming nobody has come up with anything yet.
Yeah, I didn't exactly think like Sarai barking orders at us, but without him, we don't really have a lot of direction. I know we can't escape on our own, so why don't we just cut loose and do whatever? Or we can keep fighting and see who gets the biggest killing streak. Loser has to slit their wrist, right across their stomach.
Are they cutting their wrist or their stomach? Never mind, I don't want to know. Yeah, I was about to say.
Why are we even talking about this? The school falls, mankind's done for. We gotta stay and fight, commanding officer or not.
We know for sure if that's true, or if we'll still get to go home when the time's up. We'll be in big trouble if we have to stay here forever. Sharing a living space with a bomb-fiend parasite like me is sure to depress you.
I wonder how mankind is going to be wiped out exactly.
Hard to say. It must have something to do with whatever's in the defense room, though.
Sire could have had the courtesy to tell us that much before he got himself killed.
I'll be taking charge of the school in Sarai's absence. Follow my orders and we'll be fine. Huh? Hiroko spoke in such a matter-of-fact way, slipping it into the conversation so casually I didn't even register what she said until a few seconds later.
Wait, what? You're going to what?
I said, I'll be taking charge of the school in Sarai's absence. If you follow my orders, we'll be fine.
Oh, hell no. What's it gotta be you?
We need a leader to help organize us, to give us purpose and direction. Without proper discipline, we'll never win the war against the invaders. The war? I've told you that time and time again, this is war. We cannot afford to lose. For the sake of victory, you'll have to cast aside any and all unnecessary sentiment. Hope, despair, joy, fear, you don't need them anymore. You don't need to know why we're here or what we're protecting. You don't even need to think. Just do as I say and fight. Just fight. The invader attacks are only going to get worse from here on out. We need to be at our best and match them blow for blow. That means everyone here must fight. If you want to make it out of this alive, you have to be willing to put your life on the line. Risk your life to save your life. Kill others so that you may survive. That is what it means to be at war. Nobody had any response to that. Hiroko's stance was an extreme one. There's no doubt about that, but nothing about it stood out as wrong either. Given the extreme circumstances we were in, it might even be the most logical way for us to proceed. Violent, heartless, but logical nonetheless. There you have it. That's how things are going to work from now on. You may resume your meaningless prattle. Now that I'm in charge, you can rest easy. I will not allow us to lose. The cafeteria fell silent in the wake of that bombshell of an announcement. We didn't have the heart to make small talk anymore. The atmosphere was just too oppressive. Eventually, our new leader said she wanted to go and think through some new battle strategies and left us there alone. Feeling deflated, we gradually dispersed and went back to our rooms. Hiruko in charge. Can't imagine anyone else could keep us all in line, but still, all that stuff about not thinking and just following orders doesn't sit right with me. I feel like surrendering all control to her would be a bad idea. I need to do something to take my mind off all this. I got plenty of free time. Maybe I'll just wander around and look for something to do. Free time. Let's go to the war room. Ado. Ado, what are you doing here?
I was analyzing the video from our defensive battle on the computer. I want to work out the behavioral patterns of each type of invader and use that to inform our future battles.
You really are a born researcher, huh? Never even considered analyzing this data.
I'm not physically strong, so this is the only way I can make myself useful to everyone.
Free time. I can't go out, right? Yeah, I can't. I guess go to the training room. Judge. I could upgrade that. Yeah, sure. Again, for all I know, because of how poorly I'm probably playing this throughout, I might be getting the worst ending first, for all I know. I have no idea how to assume I'm getting what. Well, let's try and do this now for real. We are already in trouble here. Player turn.
Time for battle. I'll chop you to pieces.
Take that out.
Broken so soon.
Hauling ass!
Charge in.
Let's do this! Good to go!
I mean, if I did this... I need to get rid of a bunch of these enemies that are nearby.
Let's go!
I need to do whatever will get rid of the most.
Here we go! Seriously depressing. Let me alone!
Not exactly ideal, but I don't really see any other way of doing this. Ow.
Let's freaking go!
right, let's get started. How's this?
Died.
How unsatisfying.
Let's do this.
If I do 2 slashes here,
Let's go. Yeah. All
I
right.
get 2 AP back.
Let's go! Take that! Fine. Go away!
Ugh. Ow.
Ready whenever. Out of my way. Broken, so time for battle. Take
Kill you.
this. Go and smell them. To business. Die.
Kill you.
Broken so soon. Here we go! Drop dead!
Knives away!
Okay,
Let's
your
do
turn
this.
now.
Here we go. Take that.
Easy peasy. I don't expect an S rank, though. Never mind, I got an S rank. I don't know how. Bing bong. Ding dong.
You never know when. Well then.
Shut up. Looks like another day's over. Back home in the residential complex, I used to stay up playing video games and watching random videos online until late. I don't have nearly as many things to distract or entertain me now. Once night falls, all I can really do is go to sleep. Boring. And so my 8th day at Last Defense Academy drew to a close. Day 9. Bing bong.
Get ready for your 9th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy.
Where has he gone?
Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your life.
Shut up. This morning. Kiriko's in charge now, but what does that mean? Are our lives here going to be all that different from before? Anyway, I should probably head over to the cafeteria. Well, over there. Sorry, I thought I saw something. Tsubasa! Morning, Tsubasa.
Yeah, good morning.
You on your way to the cafeteria?
Me? No, Sorry, I really gotta get going.
What's that all about? She's acting weird. Back. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Is it just us today?
Yeah, real slim pickings, huh?
Is it just me or the ones who are missing? The cowards who refuse to fight. Yes, that's right. They usually come here in the morning. Why didn't they today? Because I told them not to. They're not allowed to use the cafeteria anymore. Huh? What? Why would you do that? Last Defense Academy exists to protect humanity from the invaders. Anybody who won't contribute to that effort doesn't deserve to use its facilities. Isn't that pretty harsh, though? The way things are now, they'll never come around. It's time to start cracking the whip. I'm not going to let up until they shape up and start showing some spine. Let up on what exactly? You're in no position to be worrying about others. I need you to be ready to defend against invader attacks at a moment's notice. Our time is precious. You will not waste it. Is that understood? Without waiting for an answer, Hiroko got to her feet and left, as unshakably confident as ever.
Damn, it's gonna be a business from now on, huh? This is madness.
Hey!
It does sound pretty Spartan.
I'm not so sure it's a good idea. Trying to force our friends to fight might only make things worse.
Not like they got any excuse to keep paying back. None of us get any real choice here. It's like Hiroko said. That's what being at war is all about. I get you though. There's such a thing as going too far. Wonder how else she's gonna put the pressure on them.
I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, we ate the rest of our breakfast in silence. We were all feeling uneasy about what would happen to the rest of the group going forward. Once we were done eating, we went back to our rooms. I'm worried about what else Hiroko might be planning. But it's been a couple days since the last attack, and I'm starting to get antsy. I prefer not to just sit around. They're just being confined to their rooms. Okay. Like, they're not even allowed to go out anymore. Okay. Damn. Okay. I guess. I don't know. Takimaru, let's hang out with you. I honestly have zero idea how I should be spending my time, or how I can efficiently spend my time. I am literally just figuring out as I go. It might mean that this ends up being the worst playthrough you ever see. But hey, there's a first for everything, right? Surely there's a new game plus. There's no way there's not. Like, to make getting other endings easier, surely. Wanna take a ride with me? Where are we going? Ride? Sounds fun. Do I just get on your bike?
Huh? Hell no. I never ride two S's to a C.
Then how am I gonna ride with you?
Ain't it obvious? You're gonna leg it. Run beside my bike.
There's no way I could keep up. I'm not trying to set a running record.
I was just playing, man. I'll let you ride behind me. Just be careful not to fall off.
Why didn't you just say that? I love him. Yeah! My boy. Great time. I wonder if day 10's where things are gonna start getting interesting again. I can get... No, I can't. Hey, and I just don't understand. I'm not good at spending time wisely. Is there a new... Nope. I just want to check. One thing that I'm endlessly curious about, there's gotta be, like, one of these two gallery things has to be for, like, endings. I want to see what it looks like. I need that in my veins. And I wonder how long each story is individually. Like, are they, like, after we get one, are they gonna start, like, going rapid fire, like we get multiple endings in a day? Or am I gonna be here for a very, very, very long time? I'm just curious, like, what's gonna happen? What am I currently looking at with the grades? Linguistics, math, and gym. I need science and social studies. Can I possibly get that with who I have available? What is the symbol for social? Beaker and globe. Beaker and globe. Beaker and globe. Nope. 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 I guess I'll do the one that gives me 2 points.
Would you like to study with me?
You're always so serious. What are you studying today?
Lately I've been looking into the history of the scythe. My hemoanima takes the shape of a scythe, so I thought I should brush up.
The history of the scythe? Is that even remotely interesting?
The rabbit hole goes deeper than you think. It only gets more interesting the more I research.
Scythes are, from what I remember, aren't they supposed to, like, originally just for, like cutting, like, it's like for cutting grass or, like, farming or whatever?
They were originally for agriculture.
There we go. agricultural purposes, but then came to be used as a weapon during revolts. So you see, that's why those in power at the time couldn't forbid anyone from owning a scythe. Thus, scythes started to be seen as religious symbols. Now, the thing about scythes in the modern day is...
Yippee.
Bing bong. Bing bong.
You never know when. Well then.
Shut up. You're not real. It's that time again, huh? Kiriko's plan to pressure the others into fighting still has me worried. She'd already banned them from the cafeteria. What would she do next? Whatever it is, I hope it's nothing extreme. Dreading what the morning might bring, I slipped into an uneasy sleep, ending my 9th day at Last Defense Academy. Day 10? This feels like a big one. Bing bong.
Get ready for your 10th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Wow! Look at you
Oh,
guys,
wait.
making it into double digits.
You actually have different dialogue.
In honor of this milestone, I'm giving you access to the rec room and the leisure lounge on the 3rd floor.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'll tell you all about how they work in person. See you there!
Wait, what? What do you mean in person? You're not here anymore, you idiot. New facilities, huh? Doubt that in-person explanation is gonna happen, though. We've only been here 10 days. Feels like a lot longer than... we're really just getting started. Without Sarai, there's a chance we could be here even longer than 100 days. No, I can't think like that. I have to believe I'll get through this and go home. Back to the Tokyo residential complex. Back to Karua.
Hey!
It'll all work out somehow. It always does. The morning announcement said the rec room and leisure lounge have been unlocked now. Maybe I should go check them out. Let's go check them out. The rec room and the leisure lounge. You know what? I just realized something that's kind of weird for one of these like games, like in the style of like, you know how I mean it's not a Danganronpa game, yes, but it's kind of still in the style of one, you know, in terms of like moving around, hanging out, and stuff like that. But it's weird to have like a game like this and not be like the one who's considered most suspicious, the one who's considered weak, the one who's considered like lame or whatever. That's just everyone else. Oh, hey, Dr. Ademaru.
Came by to check out the leisure lounge, but when I saw Hiroko, I figured I'd better back off. It's bad enough dealing with her shit when everyone else is there. I don't think I could handle her on my own. She's pretty hot. Too bad about her personality.
Damn. This is not where I should go. Go back out. The rec room? What's this like? This is just a casino. So this is the rec room. Whoever built this place really did think of everything. It's one of the most normal places I've seen here, to be honest. It's not hard to imagine a fancy academy having a room like this. What kind of school's you going to, gamer?
Hey, Takumi, you're scoping out the rec room too, huh? I thought this would be a fun place to hang out, for sure. It's a major disappointment, though. There's no edgelord manga or misery or animes or hardcore eroges or anything.
You scare me. I'd be more worried if there was. Are we even going to be able to use some of this equipment now that Sirai's not here to tell us how it all works?
Don't worry, he left behind some manuals and stuff. Ada's reading one right now. I'm not so great with all those big words, or small ones. Or phonemic awareness in general, really. And don't even get me started on my poor focus and lack of vocabulary.
She's surprisingly thorough in her understanding of her shortcomings. Yeah. Slot machine. This is supposed to be a school, right? Darts, huh? Not right now. Gift-o-matic. Table dentist. It was intently scanning the pages of that book. Wonder if he figured anything out. Is that one of the manuals? What's it say?
It seems to be for that device over there.
The gift-o-matic? Oh, that. What exactly is that? Doesn't look like any machine I've seen before.
According to this, it's called a gift-o-matic.
A gift-o- what now?
Let me read you the introduction from the manual. True to its name, the gift-o-matic is used to manufacture presents, charitable donations, and other doodads. Step 1, select an item from the machine's extensive database. Step 2, insert the required materials. Step 3, the item you requested pops out and whole and complete. Take advantage of this miracle of modern engineering to express your gratitude and affection towards your comrades and strengthen your esprit de corps. That's about the size of it.
A gift-making machine. Kind of a weird idea, isn't it?
Perhaps, but assuming it actually works as advertised, it's pretty impressive. I looked at the list of available items. You can make clothes, shoes, household goods, and even more complex stuff like auto parts and high-spec electronics.
I like horror movies or games that were banned for being too extreme.
Yes, actually.
Seriously? It really is extensive.
Sounds like magic or alchemy, maybe. I wonder how it works. Then again, the revival mag is just as much of a mystery. And that hasn't stopped us from using it.
Sorry, I'm just doing something. Yeah, I guess not.
Do you think giving gifts would help to alleviate some of the tension around here?
I don't know. The differences between the fighters and non-fighters are a little too deep-seated to resolve that easily.
You're probably right. What pity.
Access it during free time. Oh, I can't actually use it right now. Okay. There's still one other room, the leisure lounge. Wow. Okay. This must be the leisure lounge. Looks like a nice place to relax. It's got a pool and everything. This place looks awesome.
I like it.
Huh? Not you. I'm talking about the room. Yeah, I figured that much. You wouldn't refer to me as it, would you? It's important to take time to rest and recover. Too much work can have a negative impact on your health. Huh. That's surprising. I guess even Hiroko likes to let her hair down every now and then. Wipe that expression off your face. You can look at me like that all you want. I'm not getting into the pool with you. What kind of expression did I have? I prefer to relax on my own. Please understand. It's fine with me. I feel like leisure time with Hiroko would just descend into an intensive training session anyway. Okay, I think I've looked at all the new rooms I have access to now. Maybe I'll go back to my room and think about what to do next. A rec room and a leisure lounge. Honestly, I'm not sure how much chance we'll get to use them. What other kinds of rooms does the school have that we don't know about? When will we get to see them? Still have some free time today. What should I do next? Make gifts. Your student activities will further boost your grade. Okay. You need BP and materials to make gifts. In addition, you'll need key items to make certain gifts. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. Oh, gee. Oh, beans. Beans. Alright, let's go take a look at the gift-o-matic. This is not third floor. I am already starting to lose my head. Splatter movies, well, that's about as obvious as it gets. Shonen manga grade, special volume with only the best chapters of a serial shonen manga. Enjoy the medium's all-time classic. 5-star novel, a book nominated for a bookstore grand prize. It's unclear from what bookstore even picked it. History of Mankind, a history book covering the birth, rise, and achievements of humanity. Also offers a glimpse into human conflict. Wrestling magazine, magazines that publish info on pro wrestling. There's plenty of back issues available to pick from. Cult, magazine about phenomena such as psychic events, UFOs, UMAs, and more. There's no telling if any of it is true. Factory photo book. A photo book of factories at night. People love the magical vibe the lighting give these rugged settings. And sexy magazine. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. We are not reading all this. Jesus Christ. I thought there was like 5 items. No, there is like 100 here. Never mind. I got a little too eager, a little too quickly there. Reverse blade sword, survival knife, scalpel, disinfectant, makeup, hand cream, facial roller, silicone-free shampoo, basil, planisphere? Fortune-telling goods, detective merch, festival goods, toolkit, blah 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 blah. Dear sister gift box. Okay. Winter ice cream stick. Rubik's Cube, simple toys. Pretty shell, milk. Folk song compilation, glasses. Well, I know who this goes to, beyond a shadow of a doubt. So let's go ahead and craft the splatter movies. Crafting complete. There's really only one person this could possibly go to. because you're obvious.
You've been stalking me.
Creativity went up by 20. Each character has their own preferred items. Gifting these will maximize the increase to your grades. You can check these. Oh, wow. Celebrity food, blank clothes. You can take preferred items in the report card and you'll be given hints as you do student activities. There's a first time bonus for any gift you make for the first time, so gather up those hints and make all the gifts you can. Okay. Interesting. So, do I actually have some, splatter movies? I can't gift things to people who are not on the team yet, though. Ah, okay. That's cool. A filter. Gotcha. Yeah, there's a lot of shit here. Why can I give someone an Iron Maiden? Gosh, I don't even really know what to do. I'm going to be so suboptimal in how I do things in this game, I swear. I don't know where to start. How much material do I have? I don't really have a lot of material. Should I go out and get more? Well, it's afternoon, so I actually can't. What am I saying? Takeyaru. Takimaru, sorry.
Use the Gift-O-Matic too. Can make some underwear with the Gift-O-Matic. Some shiny leopard print briefs.
Leopard print? That's quite the statement piece, don't you think?
Suits me just fine. You think I go around wearing lame-ass tighty-whities? Man's got assert dominance from the growing out. He ain't got no spirit otherwise.
Sexy. Thank you, Takemaru. Oh, and they can be used to create new gifts. How pleasant. Bing bong.
You never know. Well then.
Night-night. Today went by in a flash. One thing concerns me, though. I haven't seen anyone from the non-fighting group all day. I hope they're okay. I thought Hiroko would stop with the cafeteria. She could have forbidden them from using all other facilities as well. What's her next move going to be? Will all this really motivate them to get on the battlefield with the rest of us? There's not much I can do now. I'll just have to see how it goes. With nothing else to do, I got into bed, and within a few minutes I was fast asleep. Day 11. 11% there. Bing bong. Bing.
Get ready for your 11th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to spend. Be ready.
Shut up. Time to get up. Just as I was hoisting myself out of bed and getting to my feet, something interrupted the quiet morning atmosphere. Oh, sounds like somebody's here, but it's quiet. Too quiet. Something doesn't feel right. Hello? Only to find... What? Darby? Is something wrong?
Oh, Takumi, you sweet summer child, you. Really haven't noticed. I'm exhausted. I can't take it anymore. So hey, you wanna come die with me?
Huh?
Once we're dead, the pain will be gone. We'll finally be at peace. Come on, it'll only hurt for a second.
Let's
just die.
Stop. No. Wait, hold on to me.
Just kidding. Man, you should have seen your face. You've been darring me, brah.
You are a menace.
How was it? I totally had you, didn't I? I thought a nice joke would first thing would help cheer you up.
You're funny. That was hardly what I call a nice joke.
Hey!
What are you doing here anyway?
I'm on a mission for from our glorious leader. She told me to get all the non-fires together in the cafeteria.
Really? Hiroko's not letting him back in?
Yeah, to be honest though, it's kind of a drag. Think you can help me out? That's where he loves company, right? Didn't Confucius say you that once?
You've got a weird way of asking for help, but I guess I can give you a hand.
Gracias, muchacho. Now I might have to go through with my contingency plan. Oh well, there's always next time. Tell Gaku and Tsubasa what's up, alright? Okay, thanks, bye!
You just foisted your work on me! I just have to tell Gaku and Tsubasa to come to the cafeteria, right? That should be easy enough. I better get going. Alright. Tsubasa. Yo.
Takumi, what is it?
I'm on messenger duty. Hiroko wants us to all meet up in the cafeteria.
All of us? Even the non-fighters? Yesterday she told us we weren't allowed to leave our rooms. Has she taken that back?
Hiroko said that. She really has been cracking the whip. Who knows? Maybe she wants to apologize. She has been pretty harsh on you guys lately.
Come on, you don't believe that. This is Hiroko we're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Just so you know, no matter what she does to us, I'm not joining the fight. I can't. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. That kind of stuff just isn't possible for me.
Still looking like she might burst into tears at any moment. Tsubasa slunk off in the direction of the cafeteria. Gaku.
Oh, it's just you. What do you want?
Hiroko said she wants everyone to meet up in the cafeteria.
For real? Us too? What'd she want this time? I just know it's nothing good. That girl's got it in for me. It's not just her either. I bet all of you think us non-fighters are nothing but dead weight.
No, not really.
I said this before, but you guys are the weird ones, you know that? Regular people don't just go from living normal lives to fighting monsters without a second thought.
I get what you mean, but...
Fine. Hiroko wants us in the cafeteria. I'll go. If I don't, it'll only get worse for me, right? Man, oh man, what rotten luck.
Are there weird ones for fighting? Don't go thinking I don't know that. I'm not doing this because I enjoy it. Alright, I've done what the roomie asked me to. I should head to the cafeteria with the rest of them. Why is Hiroko getting us all together, though? Can't imagine I'm gonna like what happens next. Oh dear. I don't like this. Alright, everyone's here. I guess now we'll find out what this emergency meeting is all about. What's Hiroko up to this time?
Hey, can we have something to eat before we start? I'm so hungry I'm getting stomach cramps.
Of course. I won't want you to think I'm totally heartless. Here's some disposable chopsticks I found in the trash. Feel free to grill them, or have them raw if you prefer.
You are totally heartless.
Hiroko, please, give them some real food. I can't bear to see them like this. Very well. Help yourself to dry bread. One per person. Just one slice each. We may have surplus food supplies in the refrigerator, but that doesn't mean they're unlimited. We need to use our resources wisely. Wasting them on freeloaders would be the same as throwing them away. Freeloaders? Come on.
That's fair. I've always been a useless freeloader. Even the air I breathe could probably be used more productively somewhere else.
Let's move on. You're probably wondering why I summoned you here today. Alright, just start talking. So, why did you ask us to come here? Gaku, Tsubasa, Ima, Kako, and Shoma, the non-fires as we've been calling you, I have decided you are going to leave the school. Huh?
What do you mean, leave?
You're kicking us out?
Kicking you out. What a delightful turn of phrase. Yes, I'm kicking you out. And if you don't leave of your own accord, I will make you. That's all I have to say. Why don't you get going and save us all a lot of trouble?
What? Right now?
Hiroko, have you lost your mind? Why would you do that to our friends?
Why do you think? We've been brought here for one purpose, and one purpose only. To fight. Anyone who can't or won't do that has no place here, so why not get rid of them? If the invaders get distracted by hunting them down in the ruins outside, at least they'll be serving a purpose.
What, as decoys?
Try to stay alive as long as you can. The less time the invaders spend on the school, the better.
You can't just use us like that!
You should be grateful. I'm giving you a chance to make yourselves useful.
Even then, I doubt it'd make much difference. I'll just get stepped on like the cockroach I am, and that'll be the end of it.
Hiroko, are you for real right now?
You can't go through with this! It's going too far!
Don't waste my time with meaningless objections. I'm leaving the school now, and what I say goes. Don't think. Don't argue. Just obey my orders. That's so extreme. Can't you go a little easier on us? You really don't understand the position you're in, do you? Let me ask you a question. Why should we be expected to fight to protect you when you do nothing in return? Well, you see? No excuses. Pack up whatever personal belongings you have and leave.
Seriously? Right now?
If such a simple task is beyond you, I don't mind helping you along. I'll make you leave by force if necessary.
Wait, Hiroko, please. This is all too sudden. Can't you give them some more time?
Time for what?
Well, if you spring this on them out of the blue, the lesson won't really sink in, you know?
Alright, you got 5 days. Huh? 5 days. You got until day 16 to make your choice. Fight alongside us, or leave forever.
Just 5 days?
If you do decide to fight, I'll give you a little test on that day instead. I won't want you telling me what I want to hear and going back on it later.
What kind of test?
You'll find out when the time comes. I think that covers everything. As for the rest of you, remember to stay on guard in case there's another attack today. With her customary brusque attitude, Hiroko said all she had to say and left without another word.
This is all just too cruel. We're supposed to be comrades, friends.
Yeah, right. I bet you can't wait to get rid of us.
That's not true. If we all work together, I'm sure we can get Hiroko to change her mind.
Come on, man. You really think she's gonna back down now?
We still have to try.
Just let go, okay? If we're getting kicked out, we're getting kicked out. Nothing we can do about it. Makes no difference if it's now or in 5 days. It's still better than being forced to fight.
Are you sure about that? I mean, once you get outside school grounds... I know!
Jesus, bad enough we're gonna die out there. I don't need you reminding me. Whatever, done. The school, this war, this whole saving humanity thing, it could go to hell for all I care. My whole life's been one long string of rotten luck. Why does bad stuff always happen to me? I better end up as a billionaire or something in my next life. After everything I've been through, I deserve to catch a break.
Still raving to himself, Gaku stomped away, just as unwilling to hear us out as Hiruko had been.
Sure is freaking out, huh?
I think I know how he feels. Not that I'm putting Gaku in the same category as a sniveling worm like me. But I get what it's like to be so totally unsuited for combat that you can't even imagine having to fight for your own survival. Even our peaceful modern day society was too competitive for me. How am I supposed to cope on the front lines of an actual war? Don't talk like that. You can't just give up. I wouldn't call it giving up. I'm just recognizing my limits. Too useless to live, too cowardly to die. It's a miracle I even made this far in life. Well, not so much a miracle as an unfortunate oversight. This is simply nature's way of correcting it.
Shoma gave a formal bow and left, making as little noise as possible. Shoma.
I get where Hiroko's coming from, you know. It's not fair for us to hang back and let you all do the fighting. Doing anything else is really out of the question for me. Seriously, it's just not going to happen.
Tsubasa.
I think I must have been sent here by mistake or something. It's probably only a matter of time before I got kicked out anyway.
That's the same as saying you don't care if you die out there. You know that.
Yeah, but at least then it'll all be over. At least then I won't have to deal with all these confusing feelings anymore.
I could see tears welling up in Tsubasa's eyes. Before I could say anything to comfort her, she was gone too.
We sure do have a lot of Debbie Downers here, don't we? Given the circumstances, I guess that's only natural. You used to be one of us, Mr. Outsuki. Why'd you have to betray us and join the Battle Freaks? I don't think I betrayed you exactly.
What should we do, brother dearest?
Don't worry about a thing, sister dearest. I have a foolproof plan.
You do? Yes, but I'm afraid I can't say any more than that. The element of surprise is a big part of it.
Fine, keep your secrets. But you know there's still time to change your mind, right?
I don't think so. Even if we do get thrown out of here, that hellish wasteland would be paradise as long as I'm with my dear sister. As such, there's nothing more to discuss. We'll be going back to our rooms now. Be sure to fight with all your might to protect us from the invaders.
The Tsukumo twins left the cafeteria arm in arm, each wearing a different expression, like a pair of sock and buskin masks.
Damn. A single one of them willing to fight, not even to save their own skins.
Hey!
I don't think Hiroko is bluffing either. If they don't come around, she really will force him to leave. We've got 5 days. Isn't there anything we can do?
She gave us that extension pretty easily, don't you think?
Now you mentioned it, Takumi barely had to say anything to get her to go along with it.
Maybe she was expecting us to plead on their behalf. This could be another part of her plan. I think Hiroko wants us to use these 5 days to convince the others to join the fight.
So that's why she agreed to it right after I stepped in. She's planning to give us all that time all along?
We're all just dancing to her tune, huh? Man, that pisses me off.
I don't like it either, but if we want to save everyone, this is the only way.
Okay, but how's that gonna work exactly? None of them seemed like they were gonna budge on this.
Yeah, I wonder why they're so dead set against fighting. I can only imagine it must be for personal reasons.
In that case, we'll need to get them to share what those are before we can even begin to convince them.
Wow. Don't seem like they're willing to spill the beans.
Right, we need to get them to open up to us first. I have an idea. Why don't we sneak them some food?
Food?
Yeah, I'm sure they're all starving. If we can fill their bellies, there's a chance we can get them to open up to us a little.
Tempt them with some bait, huh? Sounds like a plan. At least it's simple.
So we gain their trust with food and then try to convince them to fight.
Sounds like a major hassle. Alright, who do we get to do this?
In response, all the eyes in the room turned to me. Thanks, assholes. I should have seen this coming. Alright, I'll do it.
Sorry, but you heard Ima. They already consider me a traitor. I probably wouldn't get anywhere with them.
Oh, subtlety and plan crap ain't really my thing. And you just know Dermy to only make it worse.
Yay! I didn't even have to come up with my own excuse.
We'll still help you any way we can, of course.
Yeah, you can count on us. Not that we got anything better to do.
Heck, it'll only reverse your social links if that's if you tried to do it all by yourself at this point.
How many freaking games is she gonna reference? And how many times is she gonna reference Persona at this point? Because this is the second time. Thanks, guys. We've got 5 days. Let's make the most of them. So that's up to me to convince the non-fighters to start fighting. I'll work something out. I have to keep believing that. Oh no. After taking a moment to outline our goals going forward, Eito, Takemaru, Darumi, and I went back to our rooms. Is this gonna be where, story starts branching out? 5 days. Just 5 days to turn everything around. Convincing the whole group right away is probably too much to ask for. I should pick 1 or 2 of them to focus on. Tsubasa, Shoma, Gaku, Kako, and Ima. Those are the 5 I'm trying to persuade. Guaranteed I think I'm doing Tsubasa. Well, if I get a choice. Of the list, Tsubasa seems the easiest to persuade. She doesn't seem as stubborn as the others. If I give her an impassioned plea, she might come around. Okay, first one I'm going to try to convince is Tsubasa. With that said, I should head over to her room. I'm sure she's hungry. If I bring her some food, I bet she'll at least hear me out. I do feel bad about doing this to them. Why can't we just be friends, you asshole Hiruko? Ring the doorbell to Tsubasa's room.
That's it, Takumi. Is it Hiroko again? If you don't mind, I just want to be left alone.
Actually, I came here on my own. Here, I brought you something. I figured you'd be hungry.
Are those sandwiches for me?
Yeah, I thought we could sit and eat together. It's just that I don't want Hiroko to catch us, so would you mind letting me in?
Of course, come on in. Look into my room. You will see just you two, Takumi.
What am I, a consolation prize? Damn. Whoa, hey. The moment the door closed, Tsubasa pounced on the sandwiches.
This is what I've been missing. I've been craving moist bread since we got here. Never want to see dry bread ever again. Makes my mouth feel like sandpaper.
She must have been starving. She scarfed down the sandwiches in less than a minute.
Phew, I'm stuffed. Thanks, Takumi. You're a lifesaver. Now I don't have to eat dry bread today.
Have you just been living on dry bread since Hiroko banned you from the cafeteria?
Yeah, the bread's so dry. I had a nightmare last night where I was stranded in the desert. Hey, would it be too much to ask you to bring over some moist bread from time to time?
No problem. I can try to sneak you some bread or rice balls.
Really?
But in exchange, would you open up to me?
Huh? Open up to you about what?
The reason why you won't fight. If you have some reason, I'd love for you to tell me.
I should have expected this. Is this what you were after from the start? Sam just sort of bribed me for information.
Sorry, Tsubasa. I know I'm taking advantage of your desperation here, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I just want to understand where you're coming from.
Okay, fine. But in exchange, I'm gonna want some more moist bread later.
Sha, a deep, resigned sigh, and began to share her inner thoughts.
Look, I feel bad about it. I know it's unfair for me to stay where it's safe while you guys go out there and fight. But fighting is difficult for me. It's a physical thing.
Huh? What do you mean? Tsubasa?
I can't keep it down.
Keep it down.
When I get nervous, it comes out, and not just a little.
Hey!
When what comes out? I don't understand what you...
Puke! I puke, okay?
Huh? Oh!
That's just how I'm built. When I get nervous, I hurl.
Come to think of it, Tsubasa's always retching. Yeah?
That's why if I ever fought the invaders, I turned the battlefield into a sea of vomit. You really want to get showered by my puke? Would you even be able to fight under those conditions? What if my puke got into your eyes?
Could you take medicine or something?
It's a physical thing. The medicine doesn't help the issue. I've tried all sorts of things since I was little, but none of them worked. When I get worked up, it just comes out. Even now, just picture myself fighting the invaders.
Are you okay?
God, no.
Oh, God. Push me out of the room, tears welling in her eyes. That's a tough thing to live with. She vomits whenever she's nervous. She's right that she won't be able to fight if she's constantly puking. Can't blame her for refusing. But there's a chance she'll fight if she can overcome this issue. It didn't seem like she was unwilling to fight. If only I can find out a way to suppress her nausea. How though? Puking is... Puking? Ado, how long have you been there?
I just came by to see if I could help with anything. So, what is this about puking?
I hate to air out someone else's personal health struggles, but this doesn't seem like something I can solve on my own. Maybe I can ask him for advice. Alright, just keep this between us, but... Proceed to tell Ado about Tsubasa's tendency to puke.
I see. So that's what she's been dealing with. That sounds tough.
Yeah, I want to help her, but I don't know how.
She hasn't found a successful remedy on her own, right? In that case, maybe it's better we just assume she's going to vomit and plan around that instead.
What do you mean?
Like, have her bring a high-quality sick bag or something.
Sick bag? Like the bags they have on buses? I suppose if she used a bag when she had to, she wouldn't have to worry about getting puke everywhere. But do they even have sick bags here? High-quality ones at that.
What about using that gift-o-matic in the rec room?
The gift-o-matic?
Yeah, if they don't have them here, we just need to make them. Seems like it's able to make most things.
Yeah, it's worth looking into. We head to the rec room together to check the gift-o-matic. Alright. Fashionable sick pouch. Looks like a fashionable pouch at first glance, but it contains an odor and liquid-proof barf bag. It can be fully washed for max cleanliness. Fashionable sick pouch. This looks perfect.
Tsubasa is sure to open up if we give this to her as a present.
The materials we'll need are string, plastic bag, and fashionable pouch. String and plastic bags seem easy enough to find, but a fashionable pouch may prove tricky. If anyone's likely to have a pouch, it'd be a girl. Maybe I can negotiate a trade of some sort. I'll look for a fashionable pouch if you can handle the string and the plastic bag. So Ado and I split up to gather the materials we need to make a sick bag. I'm starting to get... Where's Star? I guess I'll just ask everyone. Oh, Jesus Christ. Preparing for persuasion missions. Give Tsubasa a heartfelt gift to persuade her. Talk to the other characters to gather information about what you should get her. You might also need to go exploring to get the materials you need to make the gift. Give everything you have to persuade Tsubasa. Oh god, this is kind of worrying. I want to make sure I get her on the team. I don't want to fail this. Rumi? There you are. Rumi, do you have a fashionable pouch? If you do, could I have it?
I'll use them. I just dump all my makeup into my bag. I even throw my mirror in there raw dog, so I always end up cutting my finger on the correct surface.
Right, you should be careful. I always imagined that all girls carried around pouches and accessory bags, but I guess that's not the case.
I mean, I might not have one, but I got some ideas where you might find a pouch.
Really?
Back her up. Where we found Ado, I found what looked like a dilapidated cosmetics shop. I memorized where it was so I could go pick up something from there later.
Can you tell me where it is? I got the general coordinates. If I can't find a pouch somewhere inside the school, I'll go check this place out later. Alright. Ima, Kako, Ato. I have a bad feeling about this game. Gives me bad feeling, like permanently. I don't know.
A fashionable pouch. I don't have anything like that. I've never even used one before.
Not even once?
We don't even carry around bags or wallets.
We would only be targeted by robbers if we did.
We tie all of our bills to our bodies so they're secure. That's just being street smart.
If you say so.
Yes, we literally keep things on our person.
Oh, reminds me of the nights we spent sleeping on the streets, me snuggling up against my sister Theorist.
You're pressed up very close.
What kind of horrible struggles did these two go through?
You have a piece of string. I recommend you tie your valuables to your thigh.
Thanks. I'll do that. Well, I didn't find a pouch. I did manage to get some string. That's progress, at least. Well, that's something, at least. Let's go see Takaharu. Taki. Yo.
How's it going, Takumi? Get anywhere with them?
Still working on it. I talked to Tsubasa, but it's a little complicated.
I have a feeling that she will choose to fight with us. Yeah, bike lovers ain't no cowards.
Bike lovers? Does Tsubasa like bikes?
I mean, all vehicles, really. She's a huge mech geek. She really knows her shit. Never met a girl who knew more about bikes than me.
Not much, huh?
Apparently, her grandpa runs a workshop. She hung out there every day where she learned how to be a mechanic.
You know, I vaguely recall her saying something like that before. Yeah, when we first met
I
her.
wonder if the workshop's still standing after all that.
Yeah, she mentioned a workshop.
Oh, it's just a little garage I run with my grandpa. We mostly just tune up cars, but we do other stuff too. I've always liked tinkering with machines, so I've been watching my grandpa work ever since I was little.
Your grandpa's workshop, huh? I should file this information away. Might help me convince her. By the way, Takemaru, you know where I could find a fashionable pouch?
What?
Yeah, I know it was a long shot.
What? Why asking me?
Ado.
Look, Takumi. I found a plastic bag.
Nice one, Ado.
When I am down. Let's keep this up. Where should I look next? Any ideas?
Seem pretty upbeat.
I don't know. I'm just having fun. Feels like a treasure hunt. I spent a lot of time in the hospital, so I never got to hang out with friends like this.
I mean, we're not exactly playing around here, but whatever. We did find one of the items after all. Alright. We're gonna need to head out.
Well, we got string in a plastic bag, but we came up short on the fashionable pouch.
Yeah, but I got a lead on where we might be able to find one. According to what Darumi told me, there's a cosmetics shop where we found Ado outside the school. We'll go check it out tomorrow. Day 12.
Ready to go hunt for that fashionable pouch, Takumi?
About as ready as I can be. Alright.
Here we go.
Grant you key item you need to make gifts. Okay, let's head for the cosmetic shop. Somewhere around the spot where we found you.
Then that should be in that direction.
Yeah, it's over that way. I see something else along the way that I want to try grabbing, but first, let's just take a look all around. There's a chest there. Chest there. Chest there. Chest there. Chests everywhere, really. Alright, let's get moving. This one. Ah! Gaku's acting weird. Oh, for God's sake!
This looks quite rare.
Torn dress. Bro, Takami's gonna die. Pick the purple herbs. Versatile plant.
We did it.
Fashionable pouch.
Look, Takumi, we got the fashionable pouch.
Now we have all the materials we need. Let's get back to the rec room and make that gift for Tsubasa. Alright, I should have taken the time to find more items, but... Alright, here we go.
Aha!
Yes, we made fashionable stick pouch.
We did, Takumi. I'm sure Tsubasa will feel relieved when we give this to her.
Yeah, it'll eliminate her issue with fighting with us.
Of course, just because we eliminate her reason for not fighting doesn't necessarily mean she'll join us. If it comes to it, you're going to have to remind Tsubasa of her reason for fighting.
Yeah? What's that?
The important people we left behind at the Tokyo residential complex. The things people need to protect. I'm sure if you remind her of that, she'll get on board.
Important people we left behind in the Tokyo residential complex. So someone like what Karura what is to me. Not only do we eliminate her reason for not fighting, we need to remind her that she has a reason to fight too. Seems pretty challenging. Guess there's no point in being negative. I'll go swing by her place then.
Takumi, why'd you come back? Look, I'm sorry, but could you give up on trying to get me to fight? You saw it for yourself. I puked all over the place. Having a pukey girl like me on the battlefield is only going to cause everyone trouble. You're giving this to me? Oh, it's such a cute pouch. But why are you giving me this? Wait, are you trying to bribe me again?
You don't need to be so alarmed. I just want to talk to you for a bit. Could you tell me again why you're so adamant about not fighting? Say the right things to Tsubasa as she shares her worries and convince her to fight. You can choose what to say by pressing the direction twice. The number of options may increase as the conversation progresses. If you choose the right responses, persuasion rate will increase. Bring this gauge to 100%, fully persuades her. Even if you fail, you'll be able to try again from the last failure point. So don't worry and just do your best to persuade Tsubasa. Alright. Time to convince. Begin persuasion.
I already told you why I can't fight.
It's because it comes out when I get nervous. I start puking like a fountain in a fancy park. I know I'm going to puke if I ever fight against those invaders. And it's gonna get everywhere. I mean, I don't mind if I puke on myself, but I know you guys would get caught in the crossfire. Puke flies farther than you think. Plus,
Just use the sick bag. Perfect.
Just use that sick bag.
What? This is a sick bag?
It's a fashionable sick pouch. I know it just looks like a regular accessory pouch.
I've never seen a sick bag that looks this cute. I wouldn't even be embarrassed to carry this around in public.
If you're gonna spew into this. That way you won't cause trouble for anyone else. You can puke wherever you need to.
You don't need to be afraid anymore.
So, how about Tsubasa? Will you fight alongside us now? Tsubasa?
I'm sorry, Takumi. I know you went through all this trouble and everything, but I really don't think I can fight.
Why not? Your puking issue should be solved now. You can't just puke in front of everyone like it's nothing. I'm sure everyone would make fun of me. Of course, what Tsubasa can't handle isn't the puking itself, but that everyone would see her do it.
I know now's not the time to be embarrassed, and there is a part of me that wants to get out there and fight with you.
But I can't handle getting teased for my puking anymore.
Her voice is trembling. She must have suffered a lot because of her nervous stomach.
Ah.
I'm here if you want to talk about it. You must have been through a lot because of your ailment.
I don't mind telling you, but it's kind of a bummer.
We need to eliminate Tsubasa's hangups with her vomiting and get her to join the fight. We've gotta try this again.
You want to know my nickname in grade school? It was Pukette. All the bullies in my class made fun of me for my puking. Do you know how much of an impact puking can have on your life? I lost friends every time I puked in public. Like how someone who I thought was a friend would one day start calling me Pukette. Or how the boys would loudly exclaim how the class smelled like puke. It was hard each time I lost a friend, and it made me sad. I'd cry in secret.
We wouldn't make fun of you.
I trust you, but I don't know about the others. A few of them could be mean. What if they gave me another cruel nickname? If someone ever called me Pukette, I'd probably puke and cry on the spot. No! I'm too scared. I can't do it. I don't want to get ostracized for puking anymore.
I'll puke too.
I'll puke with you.
What are you talking about? If you puked on your own, you'd stand out, so I'll just puke with you. That way we'll both share half the attention. That way I'm letting anyone willing to fight for the loved ones get ostracized for puking.
They're gonna have to make fun of me too.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm being serious. I mean, I'll puke for you right here, right now if you want me to.
How do you force yourself to do it? Tsubasa stared at me or trying to figure me out. I gave her as meaningful a look as I could in return. I won't let Tsubasa go through this alone. If she gets made fun of, then so will I. Continued me with her gaze in silence. I had a feeling that if I looked away now, she'd close herself off again. 1 minute, then 2. I continued to meet her gaze without even blinking. Then suddenly, her expression relaxed as if I'd gotten through to her.
I see. You're stupid, aren't you?
Puke with me? Are you crazy? How did you get like this?
It wasn't the reaction I was expecting, but I got her to smile at least. 60. Good.
I don't know how long it's been since I had a real heart-to-heart with someone. I try my best to hide my feelings from others because I'm afraid of puking.
I would never imagine this. Tsubasa looks so cheerful and friendly, but underneath it all, she's actually very troubled. I'm sorry, Tsubasa. I'm sorry for asking you to fight when I didn't know everything you've been through. I had no idea how tough things have been for you. But as long as you're in the school, I'll never let you feel lonely.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying you see me as some kind of charity case?
Should I not be?
Life hasn't been that hard for me. Granted, things didn't go well at school, but I still had a place I felt like I could belong.
A place where Tsubasa feels like she belongs, if memory serves.
Apparently her grandpa runs a workshop.
She hung out there every day where she learned how to be a mechanic. Do you mean your grandpa's workshop?
How'd you know about that?
Takamaru told me. You hung out there every day, he said.
Yeah, tinkering machines in my grandpa's workshop was always the highlight of my day. So you don't need to worry about me that much. People can get by well enough as long as they have one place they can belong.
Tsubasa's face lit up the moment she began talking about her grandpa's workshop. It must be the most important thing in the world to her. If it's anything like how Kara is to me, then. Do you mind sharing what it was like spending time at your grandpa's workshop? If your grandpa's workshop is the thing that matters most to her, then maybe that can be her reason to fight.
Because of the way I am, I always try to keep my emotions in check. All I can think about is not letting anything make me puke. But I can finally be myself when I'm tinkering with machines in my grandpa's workshop. Machines are really fascinating and let me forget about the world. I'd get covered in oil every day, helping my grandpa with his work. Of course, I failed a lot too, but Grandpa would always cheer me up with his belly laughs. Fail as much as you want, Tsubasa. Star players make mistakes, but they make the big plays too. No matter how much I messed up, he'd never kick me out.
That's what I want to see.
Your grandpa's really nice.
Yeah, my grandpa's the nicest grandpa in the world. He's a royal grease monkey who always protects his granddaughter. His workshop is his castle. My dream is to one day take over his workshop. I want to protect the place that's protected me all of my life. I just want to work on machines in my grandpa's workshop forever.
Can't let it get destroyed then.
You know, his workshop might get destroyed.
What? Why? Remember what Saray said? If we don't fight, we can't protect what matters most to us.
Your friends, families, everything you hold dear from your lives in the Tokyo residential complex.
If we lose this war, all of that will be forfeit. But wasn't he just lying? As shady as Saray may have been, I don't think everything he told us was a lie. The Tokyo residential complex was attacked by tons of invaders before we were brought here. Our loved ones being in imminent danger might well be true.
So my grandpa's workshop is in danger too?
It's entirely possible.
No way.
One more push. Suppose without a loss for words. The possibility that our loved ones could be attacked by the invaders terrified her. I took a step closer to her and stared right into her eyes. Sorry, give me a second. Took a step closer to her and stared right into her eyes. Sorry, I was...
If you want to protect your grandpa's workshop, then there's only one thing for you to do. Find the courage to fight the invaders.
But can a coward like me do that?
Yeah.
Don't worry. You don't have to do it alone. We'll protect what's important to you together. So just protect us in return. Come with us.
And protect what matters most to us.
Most to us together.
Persuasion complete. Successfully persuade someone. Fighting to protect humanity. To protect my grandpa and his workshop. Can someone like me really do all that? Of course you can. And you don't have to do it alone. We can make it through this together. I'm not making any promises, and I'm going to need a little more time. But I won't run from the truth or write myself off anymore. I'll think about what it is I really want, and what I need to do to make it happen. Is that okay?
Sure, sounds great.
Okay, and thanks, Takumi.
There we go.
Phew, I did what I could with Tsubasa. I'll try to work on the others now. There are 4 people left to convince. Ima, Kako, Shuma, and Gaku. I feel like of these 4, the easiest is probably going to be Gaku, honestly. Yeah, of the 4, Gaku seems the most likely to hear me out. He doesn't seem like a bad guy, maybe a little outlandish and noisy, but I'm sure I can get him on board. Okay, I'll talk to Gaku next. There's no time to waste. I grabbed the sandwich offering and headed over to Gaku's room. Gaku! I want to talk to you. Gaku, what the hell has happened to your room?
Huh? Why won't I fight? Because I'm scared, obviously.
After filling up on the sandwiches I'd brought him, Gaku revealed the reason why he won't fight.
I mean, how is it not scary? The hell are those invader monsters anyway? They're like straight from a manga. There's no way I can face them. I'd rather get kicked out of school than have to fight them.
If you get kicked out, you're guaranteed to die. Isn't it better to fight and live longer then?
I'm telling you, I can't. I can't help that I'm scared. How can all of you be fine fighting those monsters? You were the ones who were crazy, not me. Must have a couple of screws loose.
It's not like we want to fight either, but we have no other choice if we want to protect what matters to us most. If we don't defend the school, everyone in the Tokyo residential complex is in danger. I mean, don't you have people you care about? If we don't fight the invaders here, they might be killed. I know who. He mentioned before he had a family he has to take care of.
People I care about?
I don't have anyone like that. Huh? What? But your family?
I don't have a family. I'm an orphan who was abandoned as a baby. I worked to survive at the poor group home that took me in.
I found myself falling silent. I had no idea Gaku had such a past. I see. Sorry. I didn't know.
Whatever. I don't really care. Besides, being an orphan isn't all that bad. Because all I gotta do is look out for myself. I don't give a crap about the Tokyo residential complex.
But are you sure? If the Tokyo residential complex goes down, everyone dies. You might not have any family, but surely you have people you don't want to see die.
I told you I don't. I struggle enough looking after myself. It's been like this my whole life. I'm only looking out for number one. Okay, we're done here. Go home.
Wait, hold on. Just hear me out.
I told you I won't fight. If you want me to risk my life so much, then bring me money. Money's the only thing I'll risk my life for. Bring me a fat stack of bills, then we'll talk.
Money?
Judge me all you want. I don't care what people say. This is how I live my life. If you're not gonna pay me, then get the heck out of here. Shoo! Shoo!
Gaku pushed me right out of his room. Money, huh? Well, that didn't work. Seems like the only way he'll hear me out is if I actually bring him some money. But nobody has money here. We were basically brought here with just the clothes on our backs. If I can't pay him money, maybe I can give him some sort of gift instead. I'll have to bribe him with something else. In any case, I need to get him to open up to me. Let me try making a gift for Gaku using the gift-o-matic in the rec room. What will get him to open up to me? What's something he wants? Something with monetary value. No point trying to think of something on my own. I'll go ask the others and see what if they have any ideas. Alright, let's see. I'm at least glad we have somebody who's likely going to join us now. Darumi. I find it funny that Darumi is kind of just like the person we just hang out the most with, it feels like. Darumi!
Look me, look what I found.
What's that?
A surgical scalpel! I was wandering around some ruins when I found an old hospital. I rummaged through the debris and excavated a whole surgery kit. Gee, I can't believe I found such a nice blade. It must be my lucky day. Just think of how much easier I can do my cutting.
Darumi swung the scalpel around as she ran down the hallway. Stop running with sharp objects! She's acting like a psychotic slasher. That's just Darumi. Is it bad that I've become so accustomed to her? Nah, it's fine. Oh, I can't actually upgrade.
Something Gaku might want. What about some needles and thread?
Needles and thread.
Apparently Gaku's good at sewing, and he doesn't seem like no amateur. Once he looked at the embroidery on my jacket and got all worked up. He was all like, not bad embroidery, but I can do something like that easy.
So Gaku can sew? Interesting. I'm surprised that Gaku has such a domestic side to him. Where do you think he learned to sew?
Well, he's the oldest of a big family. After having to sew up the clothes of his bars ripped up day in and day out, he just got good at it.
Big family? Orphanage? That's not what he told me. He said he was an orphan.
Apparently he's got over 20 siblings. Like, holy shit, right? But I guess every family's got their issues.
Wait a sec. Maybe those are our foster kids living in the group home. But if that's the case, turns out he's got a family after all. I should make a note of this. Gaku's got a family of foster siblings. Yep. He's got to remember those kids. If we can get him to remember the kids, then he might just be willing to fight. Ido.
Present for Gaku. What about clothes?
Clothing? I guess his outfits are always patched up. He doesn't have a lot of clothes, or the money to buy more. I see, so he doesn't have the means. So I think he'd be very happy if you gave him clothes. But I can't just bring him any old clothes. It'll have to be something he likes. If I'm going to get him clothes, I need to research his taste. Okay. Hiroko? I have a bad feeling about asking you for anything, but... I peeked into the war room and saw Hiroko typing something on the computer with a serious look on her face. What are you doing, Hiroko? I'm looking over footage of past battles and making a record. Huh? A record?
Oh.
A record of how many invaders, and which commanders, we took out. Basically, I'm creating objective data detailing how much we've contributed to this war. She's even doing administrative work. She might be hard to get along with, but she's certainly brilliant and capable. Isn't that a lot to work with? Obviously. You think I want to do this boring work? Well, I don't, but it's still important. We need to keep these kinds of records. Or they might try to shortchange us when it comes to our reward when the war is over. Reward? Didn't I mention it? These invaders have a pretty nice bounty on their heads. That's what Sarai said, at least. If that's true, then we're not fighting for free. That's why I'm documenting all this for you, so that doesn't happen. So there are rewards for taking out the invaders. I might be able to use this information later when I'm trying to get Gaku on board. By the way, do you know if there's anything Gaku might want? Sorry, never mind. No, no. Get away. Okay, starting to get an idea of what present to get for Gaku. A present for Gaku? What about clothes? Gaku's always wearing patched up clothes, so a gift related to clothing might be good. Although, giving him clothes isn't a good plan. I'm sure he has his own taste and style, and the chances of him liking whatever clothes I pick out are low.
Apparently Gaku's good at sewing, and he doesn't seem like no amateur.
A sewing kit might be good. According to Takemaru, Gaku can sew, and pretty well at that. Then what about giving him a sewing kit? He'd be able to make whatever clothes he wants, and even keep wearing his current clothes by mending them whenever he needs to. Search a gift-o-matic. Sewing kit. There we go. Sewing kit with all the tools needed for any project. In the hands of an expert, it's better than a machine. Sewing kit. This looks good. The materials I'll need are needles, thread, scissors, and cotton. It's a lot of materials. Gathering them all is going to be a pain.
I was wondering on some ruins I found in an old hospital. Can rummage through the debris and excavate a whole surgery kit.
Aha! The place Narumi found was a surgical facility. They might have needles and thread for stitching. It's also sure to have scissors, and if there are medical cotton pads, they might work in place of the cotton. Okay, I'll go exploring tomorrow. I'll have Narumi show me the abandoned hospital so I can gather the materials. Very nice. Day 14.
Here you go, find more scalpels for my cutting, Takumi.
Hey!
You mean to look for materials to make Gaku's present, Darumi? Takumi, Darumi. I'm with the psycho girl. Alright, let's get out there. Okay, take me to that hospital, Darumi.
Yeah, okay, but don't get mad at me if I get lost.
Oh, for God's sakes. Alright, there's our goal. What's the quickest way there? We'll go right. I should be getting some points here. Pick some flowers. Got a small flower.
This looks good.
Dismantle washing machine. Barely working motor.
This looks good.
I could potentially die here, I feel. Aim for the tin toy. I'm dumb as hell. Ah, I shouldn't risk it.
What?
Oh. that works still. Oh, crap. Follow the singing. Got a speaker. Nice.
Yes!
Fix them.
Oh, nice.
Kill with fire.
Reroll target spaces. What? Oh, dear. Search the store. Gosh dang it. Just get me out of here. I'm gonna get killed at this rate. Oh, wow, that's literally everything I need. Alright, got all the materials.
Okay, can we go home then? I'm getting bored. I just want to go back to my room and play with depressing eroges.
Yes, yes. Even got an ear pick, too. Alright. Sewing kit. One up.
Aha!
Yes, sewing kit's done. Immediately headed to Gaku's room with a newly made gift. Alright, Gaku, time to convince you.
Doesn't matter how many times you come over, I'm never going to fight those invaders. The only way to convince me is with a sack full of money. The heck is this? A sewing kit? Wait, you're giving this to me?
Yeah, I figured you'd use the sewing kit to make whatever clothes you wanted. Or you can just keep mending the clothes you already have. You're good at sewing, right?
Alright, I gotta admit this is pretty thoughtful. I had just noticed some holes in my clothing.
That's a pretty good reaction, huh? I can tell Gaku's expression is softening.
Look, I feel bad saying this after you gave this to me and all, but I still can't fight with you. I'm seriously terrified of those invaders. As you can see, I'm not exactly the big macho Chad type.
No, I'm not asking you to fight just in exchange for this gift. More like a gift so I can get a chance to talk to you some more. Gaku, would you mind telling me why you're so against fighting? Here we go, once again. Begin persuasion.
Why when I fight? Isn't it obvious?
Hey!
Because I'm freaking terrified!
I get dragged to this completely insane place, and then they tell me to go fight these monsters? Like, what am I supposed to do? What even are these invaders? They look like they came straight out of a manga. Yeah, no way. Doesn't matter how much you ask, I can't and I won't. I mean, you tell me. How can you guys even bring yourselves to fight them?
You can make bank if you fight.
Gaku, if you fight, you can make money.
What? Make money?
According to Hiroko, every invader you bag nets you a bounty reward. If you fight the invaders with us, you'll be able to make some serious cash.
No freaking way! So you're saying this could be a way out of being broke?
No, not just that. We actually have a chance of hitting it big and getting rich. Gaku, come fight with us. Let's get through this war and make a ton of cash. Extend my hand and urge him to participate in the coming battles, but Gaku wouldn't take my hand. Instead, he averted his gaze and bit his lip. What's the matter? You don't want money?
Yeah, I do. Real bad. You have any idea how long I've been broke? I'd gladly risk my life, no, 2 of my lives for a big payout.
Then,
But if I decide to fight here and help you take out the invaders, then all those bastards in the Tokyo residential complex would be safe too.
huh? Isn't that a good thing?
No way. It's not fair.
Not fair.
I told you I'm an orphan, right? I grew up poor in a big group home. You may not know this, but society pretty much treats you like dirt when you're a poor orphan. No matter how much I asked for help, those jerks in the complex never even gave me the time of day.
They didn't help me, so why should I help them? How is that fair?
Fair. Now's not the time to be thinking about fair.
Shut up! You grew up in a happy family. I don't want to hear crap from you.
Gaku started breathing heavily as he shut me down. His hatred towards the society that abandoned him is Gaku's true reason for not fighting. He'll never agree to join us until his hatred is addressed.
Hey!
Gaku, I'm here if you want to talk about it. Love to know everything you've been through. I decided to ask Gaku about his past to see if I could find a way to change his mind.
You want to know how many jobs I was holding down back in the complex? 17. I was
Jesus
working
Christ.
24/7, 365 days a year. I worked every day until I was about to collapse, and I don't have a single penny to my name. It all went to running the group home. I never got any time to myself. Isn't that messed up?
That was bad.
Well,
Ah. I failed. Retry.
You want to know how many jobs I was holding? 7. I worked every day until I was about to collapse.
What?
And I don't have
Huh?
You want to know how many? 7. It all went to running the group home. Isn't that messed up? So I asked adults for help to show some love to our home, but we got nothing. Politicians ignored our request for assistance. I went to companies to ask for donations and got tea thrown in my face. There's no way I'm gonna help any of them. I wish they'd all die. I will never, ever, ever
Save your siblings. What about them?
save your siblings.
My siblings? Takimaru told me. You're the oldest in the group home, and you have a lot of foster siblings. If the complex gets destroyed, they all die. You're fine letting the invaders massacre your entire family? Gaku fell silent. He seemed rattled. As much as he seems to hate the complex at large, there's no way he'd just abandon his family. He's bound to change his mind once he realizes his siblings are in danger. No, I'm still not fighting. What? Don't you even care if your whole family gets killed? They're not my family. It's not like we're blood related. They're just strangers who haven't lived in the same group home as me. What's wrong with you? You may not be blood related, but you're still family. Not only are they not family, they're a huge burden. I've had to suffer my entire life because of those stupid brats. Just thinking about it ticks me off. They freaking used me. If it weren't for them, my life wouldn't be as miserable. Those brats can go die.
I hope the invaders kill every single one of those brats.
What's with this guy, really? I get his anger towards the Tokyo residential complex, but why his family as well? They went through the same hardships. Gaku, why are you so angry at your family? Would you mind telling me? I need to debate Gaku's anger and get him to fight. Decided to try again.
The reason I was holding down so many jobs at once was to earn enough money to feed my siblings.
Yeah?
Every cent I earned disappeared into their stomachs. I'm the one working myself to the bone, but I couldn't even afford to buy a single shirt. And despite all that, they never even thanked me once. They just complained about how there was never enough food or snacks. They treated me like a slave. If anything broke, they figured I'd fix it. They ripped their shirt, Gaku will mend that too. I must have mended their clothes thousands of times. I'd stay up all night just to sew for them. They're little parasites that drained me of my time and money. If it weren't for them, I would have had free time and money for myself. I could have bought new clothes, eaten some good food, maybe even moved out on my own. Give me back my time and money! Damn it! Just die! Die, die, die!
Nope, that didn't work.
Enough!
Nope. Retry.
The reason I was holding down so many jobs I'm the one. And despite all that, they treat. If any, I must have mended their clothes thousands.
I don't know why I thought that would
You
work.
sound like a...
The reason and despite all that, they treat. If anything, I must have mended their clothes damn it! Just die, 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 die! The invaders can kill every last one of those brats. I wouldn't even shed a tear.
Uh-oh.
Damn it, die! They can all die! They all deserve to die! They all just die! Then why? Why is it when I imagine them being killed?
I start crying!
It's because you don't want them to die. Not really.
But if you think about it, I'd be way better off without them. They don't add any benefits to my life.
Family's not about benefits. You should know that better than anyone. You're trying to convince yourself that you should abandon them when you know you can't. You're only making yourself suffer. How about you give up and just accept it? Fight to save your siblings.
You want me to see the little brats ruin my life? Damn it, my life sucks. I have faith in my previous life.
Gaku, if you don't want to help the Tokyo residential complex, that's fine. I'm not doing this to save the world either. Honestly, as long as I can protect what matters most to me, that's all I care about.
Yeah. Took a step closer to him and stared right into his eyes.
You don't need to save the Tokyo residential complex. You don't even need to let go of your hate.
Yeah.
Just fight to protect what matters most to you. Like me, for the ones waiting for you at the group home.
Fight for your family.
Just fight for your family.
Persuasion complete. Got through.
I never asked for all those brothers and sisters, you know? My own parents didn't want me, so who needs family? They just get in the way. Why should I have to keep busting my hump for them even now? They could be a million miles away for all I know. My whole life, I've had nothing to sacrifice. I've had to sacrifice everything for their sakes. Talk about rotten luck. But still, I can't just abandon them. They're family. We might not be related by blood, but they're the only family I've got, you know?
Of course. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be there for your family. Is it asking too much for you to fight for them too?
Sorry, but can you give me some time alone? I need to think through all this.
Sure. I understand.
Thanks, man. You're a real decent guy. I feel a little better about myself now.
No. It was nice getting through to him. Give it up for day 15. I swear to God, if it does that, I'm just going to pass out on the spot.
Get ready for your 50th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy.
I was really hoping.
Prepare to spend. Be ready.
Shut up. I was really hoping. Yeah, it's been played like usual. I got out of bed feeling like it would be just another morning. But then... Oh dear. Who could that be? Hello? It's so.
How you like the meatloaf? Real taste of home, right? Just like Mommy used to make? There's a reason for that. I sliced your mother up into little pieces and put her in the... Just kidding. Even during meat.
Hey!
Yeah, sure, you got me. Did you want something, or did you just come here to prank me?
Don't shoot the messenger, bro. Mistress Hiruko sent me on important business.
Mistress Hiruko?
She wants you and me, and Takimaru and Aido to meet up in the cafeteria. That means right the F now, mister. Anyway, now you know. I have to go tell the others that Mistress Hiruko's orders must be carried out promptly and efficiently.
Darby bounded away, leaving chaos and confusion in her wake. Another meeting, huh? It's only us this time. The deadline's tomorrow, so maybe Hiruko wants to discuss that test she mentioned? Well, only one way to find out. Cafeteria, here I come. Alright. Hiruko. Ah, you're all here.
You bet we are. I geared them all up just like you told me.
I can see that. You did an admirable job, Darmy.
Mistress praised me.
Did something happen between those two? Do I want to know? I don't know.
Come on, let's hear it. What do you want this time?
I want to report on your progress. How are your attempts to win over the non-fighters going?
So this was part of your plan.
Have you managed to convince them yet? You have only one day left. Well, not all of them, but I think Tsubasa and Gaku are starting to come around. I see. That's good. I didn't expect you to convert all 5, of course, but we can deal with the holdouts later.
Huh?
Deal with them how? True to my original plan, anyone who doesn't have the will to fight will be forced to leave tomorrow. What? Wait a minute. It took a while, but we've made real progress. With just a little more time, I'm sure we can... I'm sorry, but a promise is a promise. I can't go back on my word. But without any protection or battle experience, they'll die out there. If they're not going to contribute to the war effort anyway, what difference does it make?
Why does it have to be like this?
To defeat the invaders and win the war, naturally.
You really think about abandoning those guys is gonna make it any easier for us to win?
I'm certain of it. I've already pointed out the possibility of them drawing the enemy's attention away from the school for a while. There's also the chance that facing real danger will knock some sense into them and finally bring out their fighting spirit.
Those chances are slim. It's not worth the risk.
There's nothing I won't do for the sake of victory. Allowing victory to elude us would render the risks we've taken and the sacrifices we made up to now completely meaningless. If you have time to spend worrying about the others, I prefer you spend it training to use your hemo-anima more effectively. The enemy commanders are far stronger than us. We'll never defeat them if we get too hung up on our own survival. When push comes to shove, we all have to be prepared to give our lives. As usual, Hiroko left no room for discussion, leaving us alone to mull over her words and consider our options.
Such an ice queen. How could not anybody not stand that?
Something she said now just bothers me.
Aside from the obvious, you mean?
Yes, but never mind. It's probably just my imagination. Nothing worth worrying about.
We'll never defeat them if we get too hung up on our own survival.
What's our next move? Today's our last chance to save those guys.
Hey!
I'll talk to them one last time. It might not do any good, but it's worth a try. We have to do something or it'll be all over for them tomorrow.
You're right. We can't possibly abandon our friends to such a cruel fate.
I won't let Hiroko force him out either. I'll step in to protect him if I have to. Can't use violence and threats to get people to do what you want. Society just don't work like that.
Never expected Takemaru to be the one to uphold the laws of society. You're just gonna be deceiving, I guess. In the back of my mind, I've been hoping really, that Hiroko would go back on her plan and cut the non-fire some slack. I could see now how foolish I'd been to think that. Even if I manage to change Tsubasa and Gaku's mind, Shoma and the twins will still have to leave. I can't let that happen. I have to try and talk to them one last time. I should talk to Shoma, Ima, and Kako before it's too late. I know this is a little earlier than usual, but I do have things going on that I have to end this early, so apologies, but we're gonna go ahead and end it here for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you all later. Peace.